Hello and welcome to the Edmonds Racing TV show, 7th of August. We're joined by Toby and Trent, of course, to run through their runners for the weekend and also touch on their the week of results where they nailed down 3 winners across 10 starters to get the season off to a really nice start. Toby and Trent, nice letter through the week to their owners, highlighting just what a magnificent season you've had. A big thank you, of course, mentioned in that letter to all the staff, the suppliers, and the clients. A great letter. I thought I'd just quickly touch on that. The 3 key points being, wow, guys, top 10 trainers by winners on Australia for the first time ever. On that list, of course, all the big name Sydney, Melbourne trainers, etc. That's a huge highlight of last season. And of course, the guys set a new Queensland win record and also a new Queensland Metro win record. So just a monster season. I really enjoyed the letter. And if you haven't seen that, you can catch up with that letter on the guys' social media, their Twitter in particular. Tobe, we're sort of done looking back now. We've got to start looking forward. A couple of the big stable stars are back in the stable with big spring aspirations. I note through the week, Vanna Girl had a nomination there in the Cox Plate. How's Vanna Girl coming along and where's she headed to, mate?
She looks great and returned in really good order. She only had 3 and a bit weeks out. So came back to us with a fair bit of residual still. You know, she doesn't carry out a lot of condition and she just done well enough in those 3 weeks just to basically stroll straight back into her work and very close to trialling now. She had a few gallops back, had a course proper gallop on Wednesday morning, performed beautifully. She heads towards the Epsom, so we're still trying to nail down a trial date. Possible trials here Monday, or we might sort of ask the club if we can have a trial in between races with a couple of other feature horses from the Gold Coast. You know, maybe Wallers and Michael Costa could join in and we might be able to get Tyzone and her in a trial together and showcase, the group horses heading south.
Excellent. So she's soon to kick off her preparation with a trial or an exhibition gallop. And the Epsom, I suppose, being the target. Melbourne must be tough and tricky sort of to program around with everything going down there. Is that the main reason for the shift to Sydney?
Well, yes, but it's probably not as tricky as it sounds. They've only, staff only have to quarantine for a bit, and then they can chime in when the horses get there. So it's not that logistically not that tough. It's going to be with the lockdown down there. How long that lasts for now, I'm not sure, but we're just monitoring that daily. So hopefully their cases start to drop a bit and they relax things in a few weeks' time. By the time we decide to move there, so. Cox Plate's in the background. Obviously, Epsom's grand final for us, and if she performs well on that, we'd send her to Melbourne for the Cox Plate.
Excellent. All right, so Epsom the first aim, and then look at Melbourne after that if she's performing up to her very best. Excellent, exciting stuff there for the Vanna Girl owners. Trent, the other stable star, Tyzone, obviously the Stradbroke winner from last season. He's coming back for a big spring too, mate. Where's he headed towards?
So, I suppose now with his rating, Bruce, after having won the Stratty, you've got to shoot for the stars a little bit. So the end goal probably is something like an Epsom. He's untried at a mile, but I'm more than happy to have a crack. Look, still up in the air with him. We were talking about the Theo Marks on the 12th, whether or not that might be pushing, like that's 3 weeks before the Epsom. So if that's a first up run, we have to lay a pretty solid foundation, sort of for 3 weeks later, trying to get to the Epsom in peak physical condition. So that is like tentatively probably his first up run. We could bring that forward a week or two. We'll just see how he's coming along. He looks fantastic actually, and had a gallop on the course proper on Wednesday morning here, thanks to the club, and performed super. So he's going great, but still sort of largely undecided as to where he kicks off, although Theo Marks is tentative.
Yeah, sure. And he'd be carrying a fair bit of residual fitness too. Would that be fair to say, mate? You know, he's raced right through the winter and culminated in a big Stradbroke effort there. So he'll be carrying a bit of residual fitness for you.
Didn't have a great deal of time off, and you know, he's a horse that does a fair bit at home on the track anyway, just within himself. So he gets himself fairly fit fairly quickly, I think we could say.
Yeah, excellent, mate. Excellent. All right. Well, a light weekend of runners coming up, guys. You got 4 runners across 3 meetings, Saturday and Sunday, but some nice chances and some interesting horses engaged. That's for sure. Tobe will kick off at Doomben on Saturday. It's a good 4 there. Currently, you got the 1 acceptor in race 3. That's Potro Duro for the Archer Park team. Just been in terrific form, this bloke. Won his last 3 before running second last time out on Ipswich Cup Day, where he was, he ran enormous. Was a bit unlucky probably to get rolled there by a nose. Same grade and distance here in this Class 6 1350 at Doomben. He loves the distance. Should get a lovely run in behind the speed this time, you'd think, with obviously Parko engaged. How do you sort of map out his chances there in race 3?
Look, he's been in work quite a while, so and he's ticked over nicely. He's done everything we've asked him. Every time we've asked him to step up to, you know, or raise the bar, so to speak, he's done terrifically well. Great run the other day. You're right, Parko, and maybe the other one of John Morris's, I think's in there. I think they roll along pretty quick, and he's going to get a lovely run just on the speed, give him a chance to finish off. So I'd suggest he can run really well. Just depending on the weather. You know, we've got a bit of weather coming in here now, and there's rain forecast. I think he's okay on soft ground. I don't know if it got too heavy. That's the only thing I'm a bit concerned about. But if the rain comes, we could be in trouble. But if not, he'll run really well.
Yeah, excellent. He's been in super consistent form. It's tough, tricky to the race. Roman Aureus in there, I see on your speed maps and your pre-race there. Looks the main danger. He's a favourite in the market. It's a hot little race for a small field, but gee, he's in good form, and I just reckon he gets a dream running behind them for Robbie Frade. So good luck to all the Archer Park owners there with Potro Duro at Doomben. Gold Coast Saturday, soft 6, but I'd say it might be downgraded. Trent, we've had a bit of rain this morning. You've got the 1 acceptor here, Fields of Yulong. Very interesting horse. First starter for the stable. Big thanks to the team at Yulong for supporting us with this horse. He's 2,400 metres here, first up for the stable. I reckon that's probably a stable first. Although he is 7th up this campaign for the son of Galileo. Has strong form at the distance. Of course, won his maiden by 7 lengths over 2,400 metres, obviously a different class. I suppose a big query, mate, having not known the horses, is how's he acclimatised, how's he settled in? And then a question mark on his soft and heavy form too, probably.
Settled in beautifully. Obviously comes here pretty much rock hard fit after having a fair few runs and a couple of trials in between runs and the like. So certainly fitness is no worry. Steps up to a journey that he's won at. Well, he's won his only race at. Do note that he's not very well performed on soft or heavy. He's had 3 starts on soft for nothing and 1 last start at Canterbury on a heavy 8 over the 1900, where actually I think they blamed the track conditions for the poor performance. So wouldn't want it to be getting too wet. Currently outside it's raining, so hopefully that goes away and we can take our place. Other than that, we might be looking for another race, but settled in well. I thought he worked nicely on Tuesday morning on the bee grass here, so didn't ask him to do a great deal purely for the fact that he's pretty clean-winded and he's up and about and rock hard fit. So we've just kept him ticking over. Don't know a great deal about him just yet, but it certainly looks his race. I think Pepino probably hard to beat of John Smurden's. Ran well last start, sort of charged the line. It's 1,800 up to 24. Our guy, Diao Estea, he'll look the winner at some stage as long as we get track conditions. So.
Yeah, sure. Is that something you'll just be led by the Yulong team a bit in terms of the track?
Pretty much. We'll have a chat to the lads about whether they want to go around or if we can save him for another race. There was another race. I think it was next week from memory. But look, think if the track conditions suit, then it'll be really hard to beat.
Very good, very good. All right, Sunshine Coast Sunday, currently a good 4. 2 acceptors there across 2 races. Toby, race 2, cutest 3-year-old, 1,000 metres. We see the return of Cherry, drawn beautifully here in barrier 2. Robbie Fradd aboard. Obviously a very well-bred Stitzel colt who broke his maiden in town last prep. He's had a break, trialled up nicely, goes to the sunny coast there on Sunday.
Yeah, look, he was in last Saturday at Eagle Farm. We decided not to run him because of the barrier. Couldn't see him getting a decent type of run from that awful draw. So we've saved him for this week, and fortunate we've drawn nicely. Nice sharp horse, you know. I don't think we've seen the best of him when he won his maiden. I think he was at the end of his prep, maybe on the. We got him straight after, so maybe it was sort of a little over the top as well.
Remember, he had a slightly pulled muscle after it, so it could have happened in the run. He was a bit tender in a muscle in behind.
But I think you'll see a nice horse on Sunday. He's going extremely well and be very difficult to beat.
Oh, I love that. Nice confidence there from Tobe. Cherry, good luck to all the owners there. Looking forward to his return. Very, very well-bred colt that by Snitzel, obviously, from that great Bold Promise family. Race 8's a class 1 over 1,000 metres. Trent, My Diamond Girl. But the same, she broke her maiden on debut last preparation before putting in a poor run. You then spelled her immediately, and she's back here first up for Carol Walsh and her owners. Yeah,
so My Diamond Girl was in work a long time before that first up run. She was afforded a first up win, last prep, and back then she was afforded a really good, soft run off the speed. Next run, obviously suggested she was over the top. It was around Magic Millions time, so she's had a good while out. Her trials have been okay without being outstanding, and I think if she can probably settle with a bit of cover midfield somewhere, she'll be hitting the line hard with further improvement to come sort of next up.
Very good. Okay, so we follow her to her next race, My Diamond Girl. Good luck to the owners. All right, guys. Well, best bets last weekend went terrifically well. Trent, Faith and Love got up for you, mate. Well done. And Tobe Mondina, you could argue should have got up as well. Got back in a slow run race, maiden over 2,000 metres and hit the line like far lap. So both very good pushes from the guys last week. What have you got for us this week, Toby?
I'm going Potro Duro.
Potro Duro. I thought you were going to be Cherry for sure, given the confidence, but I like it. Potro Duro. They're our first runner of the weekend at Doomben. Sorry, Tobe?
Cherry's going to be quite short, so Potro might be a bit better price. There you go.
Got it. Love it. Yeah, I think Potro Duro, they're currently $4.20 with Sportsbet. Trent, what do you like?
Cherry for me. 7-horse field, barrier 2, classy colt, first up 1,000 metres with blinkers on. That's my one.
Very good, guys. Sounds like a nice multi, I'd say there too. All right, guys, let's have a quick look at the runners in review. Your season's kicked off very well. 10 runners, 3 winners. You've got the city winner already. It kicked off at the Gold Coast with Faith and Love. Trent, she was brilliant.
Certainly was, and glad we ended up running in the 900. We were sort of swaying about which way to go, but Barry Bourbon's horse missed the kick and was a little bit tardy, which we thought was a speed. Anthony crossed it straight away, was third the fence after not a great deal of time, and the race was in her keeping a long way out. So, it was really good, strong win, and she was lovely and strong through the line. As I think I made mention of last week, addition of a tongue tie was great. It was a big help. And, she raced super, so we're still sort of trying to find a race for her, but she was a little bit fat in the yard, and I think she will trim up and improve her stack.
Yeah, and Ant Allen, of course, wore the black armband and gave the big salute there. A really special win from a very personal level for you too, mate. I know that. So well done there. I don't think the season could have started any better.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely huge, and paid good tribute to one of my best mates, Tim. It was great. It was fantastic.
No, good on you, mate. Really, really delighted to see that. Say I See You, Toby was brilliant, I thought, too, running second there at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, I thought it was nearly his best run for us the other day. Finally ridden quietly and was, got a good run through. Looked the winner, just the favourite, or I think the thing that come down the outside was just a bit good for us on the day. But ran super, and he'll win pretty shortly in the right race. He likes soft tracks. Hadn't performed at the Gold Coast, I don't think, since we've had him anyway. Finally done that, so I think he's not far from winning.
No, very good. Yeah, you mentioned last week he's knocking the door and one better there Saturday, but ran tremendously well. Mr. Bellagio for the Archer Park team has had a massive preparation, and again probably just found it a bit firm there at Eagle Farm on Saturday. Trent.
Yeah, so we won't look. He's getting on in years. He's got some joints and the like, so he takes a lot of managing. I must thank our staff and the rest of them for prep that he had, because it was fantastic. But it's safe to say we won't be going back to Eagle Farm in a hurry, or probably ever again with him. The track's just too firm for him there, and he doesn't perform his best. So softer going elsewhere, and hopefully next preparation he can basically pick up where he left off.
No, very
I think
good.
you'll find that the track at Eagle Farm on Saturday is as good as it's been. I know we have been critical of it in the past, but it had a good cover of ryegrass coming through it. There's a good cushion there. I think that horse had a good run in the race. He just wasn't, obviously been up for quite a while, and I'm not sure whether the track was that firm on Saturday. I think it was more the horse had been up for quite a while and probably coming to the end of it as well. But I wouldn't blame the track for Saturday. I think it's more the horse probably had enough this time in.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's very interesting. So that's good to hear about Eagle Farm there. A little bit of cushion coming through for the horse.
Trying to give the Eagle Farm guys a bit of a rap, because I thought the track was pretty good.
Yeah, very good. I thought you might have been pulled aside at the races, were you, Tobe? Very good. Purnell, while you're with you there, Tobe, ran fourth there, fresh up. Started $26 in the market, and obviously ran much better than his price, as you suggested he would. Ran into a very smart one, I think, there of Chris Wallace.
Yeah, ran good. In the right race, will win shortly.
I must say as well, yes, he's a high-priced colt, and people think, getting beaten, 5.8 in a 1,200-metre maiden on a Sunday at the Sunshine Coast. Obviously, driving home, I was having a bit of a look at stuff, and they run nearly 2 seconds quicker than the Class 4 on the same day. So, I mean, that's not a slouch of an effort for a maiden, right? That's pretty good. This guy's going to get to a mile and further, and that's when he'll come into his own. So, outwardly, people are probably a bit disappointed in the result, but he's got an engine, and just wait until he's rock hard fit and gets over further, and he'll show his true worth.
Yeah, no, very good. Good insight there. And I think 2 seconds equates to something like 16 to 20 at length. So that tells you how much quicker they went in a very smart race for 3-year-olds there. Bafana, Tobe, I thought she was brilliant. Again, you guys mentioned she would run better, and she certainly did. She made very good ground from the back there in a leader-dominated race.
Yeah, it's just got a bit of a check at between the 600 and the 700 metre mark, which didn't help her. But no, I thought she was good to the line. Hard to win those 1,000 metre races with that type of profile. She was able to do that to win a maiden, but certainly the other day ran good. Another similar race up there in a few weeks' time, we'll run her in, and she draws softly. She can be closer. Draw poorly, you can't start her up because she gets fired up and pulls and won't finish on. But if she draws softly shortly, she gets the right run, she'll be, winning very quickly. Very good. Yeah, now for the 2K team there, Bafana, keep an eye on her. Mondina, Trent, we'll go to you, mate, because we want to keep our PG rating for the show. Mondina ran second there at Warwick as a favourite, ran very well.
Yeah, just got out the back, uncompetitive position in what was a jog trot. Lugged it up the straight, cost himself. We're going to go to a 2,200 metre maiden in a couple of weeks, hopefully riding up on speed, and he'll be winning pretty quickly. It was just a bit of a disaster. Nothing more to be said.
Very good. Yeah, hard there at Warwick, tight turning track. getting back and getting out wide. He's a big striding horse too. So 2,200 metres next time. Look out. First at Lismore was Sulking. I mentioned last time I watched Sulking there with Ron and Deb Gilbert when she started a dollar buck favourite somewhere and she got rolled. This time I stood with them again. I was courageous and stood alongside them, $1.70, and she got the job done very well, Toby, Sulking.
Yeah. Congratulations to Tegan. She's been doing a bit, some trials for us and that sort of stuff. So it's good to be able to give her a winner. And thank Ron and Deb Gilbert for their support. It was, it's good to win a race. She'll win another one too pretty quickly if we can get her into the right race before the breeding season. So we're just sort of looking for that race now. And once we find it, we'll have her ready to go again.
Beautiful. No, she's a beautifully bred filly, Snitzel filly, obviously family of Street Cry and Shamadale, massive page, and I think she's due to visit Brutal in between her next runs. So that's very exciting for the team there at Highgrove. Applause. What did you make of the run there, Trent?
Very ordinary. So not a great deal of excuse. He's won a maiden at Casino. And I think we're going to put him online. He's had a lot of chances.
He's had his win. He's had his birthday.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but it was a pretty ordinary field that, and I don't really want to have to be taken into the non-tabs to try and win another race.
Yeah, no, very good. All right, we'll move on. There through the midweek, Sunshine Coast on Wednesday. Calcareous had his debut run, $3.80. Was disappointing, Toby. In running, he just didn't look comfortable. He didn't look like he was sort of, Michael was at him the whole time. And I suppose after the race, it was all revealed that his saddle had slipped back. And that was probably a big reason why his action was all out of sorts.
Yeah, he's quite colty up there as well. He's, singing out to the other horses and that sort of stuff. So, his first day up there was just a bit of a disaster, really. But he's gone to the paddock. As Grant Morgan said, we'll regroup, think about gelding him. I think we should. And he'll come back a nice horse. He's got good ability, just come a bit quick for him this time around.
Yeah, he's done a good job, I suppose. He's been a horse you've had given a lot of patience and time to. Got through to a good trials this time for the first time, which was great. Debut didn't go as planned, but a nice horse for the future with some more time and patience. So good luck to the on-track team there. Keep the faith with Calcareous, that's for sure. And then a very special win to round out our week. Videlka won at the Sunshine Coast. It's obviously a metro meeting there. Robbie Frad won like a good thing. She was $2.10 favourite, Trent and Toby. And the colours, the first time the colours were worn, the greys colours, Ken and Barbara greys, black and white with the yellow cap, was worn for the first time, and she saluted in them.
I'm going to say that it was not Barbara's colours because she hates Collingwood, and that's what we've designed them on. Sitting in the office here one Sunday morning at the stables, and Ken every Sunday brings coffee and hot chocolates and that in for the staff. So I was on the computer and he said, "Oh, mate, can you design me a set of colours?" So I got on the Highlands website and was designing away. I said, "Right, what do you like?" He said, "Well, I'm a mad Collingwood supporter." So we basically tried to replicate the Collingwood jersey, Guernsey, however you want to say it, with a bright colour. I said, "And what's your favourite colour other than the Collingwood jersey?" He said, "Yellow." So that's hence the yellow cap. And actually, they actually look really good. We had to hide them from Barbara this was 2 months ago, by the way. So when she first came back into work, we had to hide them from Barbara the whole time. Trialled her in the stable colours twice, and returned in for the colours on acceptance, basically, and surprised her at the races. I think he was going to get a clip up the ear if she didn't win, but all was well. She won really good, and thought Robbie gave her a great ride. Looked a bit ugly early. Was able to get a beautiful trail on the 1-1 from sort of the 600 metres onwards, and she raced away. Unfortunately, goes for an enforced break now. She just had a bit of a trickle, unfortunately. And
yeah, right. And just quickly on Barb, am I right in saying she's not actually a Collingwood supporter, right? That's the big the big problem there. The yellow cap takes away from the black and white enough.
That's the thing behind it. She absolutely hates Collingwood, and he said when I was designing the colours, whatever you do, Trent and Toby, do not tell Barbara, and just we've got to hide these from her for as long as possible. It was a big convoluted story. She looked on his bank records and everything, and there was $500 for 2 sets of colours. A big blow up about that. He said, no, it was just a bloke at the stables who didn't have a card to process his colours, so he gave me cash. It's been a big, long web of 2 months going, and it was good to see them rewarded on Wednesday.
Magnificent supporter of the stable, and so kind, as you mentioned there, with the coffees and chocolates on a Sunday. That just sums them up perfectly. So well done to Ken and Barb. All right, well, that'll tie up our show. Thank you very much for your time, Toby and Trent.
No worries, Brucey. Cheers for that.
Bye-bye.